consider upgrade?
Definitely. Synderen's like the poor man's me. When people think of B-level blitzes, they no longer think of Merlini or Winter. They think of Synderen.
Surprised you gave him B level.
B-level is generous. It's because he's my friend.
Well, both of you tried to qualify for TI.
Did we? Where we ended up in the same place. Was Crescendo really an attempt to qualify for TI, Toby?
Yes, it seriously was.
I think it was just like a...
That's why RK's here as well, working,
I thought it was
working
like,
on the battle.
I thought it was like a, let's try to keep Alliance out of TI squad. Nah, that was fun.
Yeah.
Synderen's my boy. I offered him a spot on Veggies and he's like, only when my career ends. I was like, damn, dude.
Wow! That's actually pretty brutal.
That's harsh, man.
Well, at least then he didn't have to, like, forfeit it in the last game of the qualifier when you were winning.
Good times.
Great music. Team Secret. These guys just came off the back of 3 draws and 1 loss to LGD. They haven't had a 2-0 so far in the tournament. It's been a rough run for them, including their recent game against TNC. First game took just over an hour, which I believe now is the longest game so far in the group stage.
They did win that one, though.
That was the one they won. Yes.
They should not have won that one, though.
They came back from TNC, but then TNC took game 2. And, yeah, they drew up the series. But, yeah, they took game 1.
I mean, it's... Right now, it's got to be kind of rough being a Secret fan. Like, this team has so much potential, but...
being a Secret fan?
Well... there's just, like, something about this team in TI and the majors. Like, if we just... Let's run down their list, right? So, Manila Major, last place. The TI for that, last place. Boston Major, didn't make it. Kiev Major, last place.
We're going to give them a positive, though, in Shanghai. Like, they survived the gas boxes and managed to win.
But I'm just saying, since then. So that's 4. And then here, so Kiev Major, last place. And then here, you don't want to be in this position that they are right now. 3 and 5. And IGV haven't looked the best. But they did 2-0 somebody, right?
They toured LGD.
Yeah, who previously had been undefeated.
They tied with EG and they got 2-0'd by Team Liquid. So right now they're actually on the same amount of points as Team Secret, but they're 1 series less played.
Yeah.
They'll balance out after today. This is Team Secret's only game today. Last game today.
Dota math doesn't work this way, but it's like Secret got 2-0'd by LGD, IG 2-0'd LGD. It never works that way, though, because matchups win.
Yeah, well, luckily, if there is a tiebreaker between it, we don't go off those results. We actually play games, I believe, if there's a tiebreaker between upper bracket and lower bracket, and obviously elimination games. We should probably talk about the draft, as we are getting pretty decently in. Shaman, Night Stalker, IGV, Nyx Assassin, first phase getting through, and picked up by Secret. They have been running this so much. But they also drag in the Nature's Prophet for Team Secret.
Yeah. Okay, I would like to see IGV pick up...
Yeah?
Pit Lord.
Really?
Not now, but I'd like to see it.
Okay. You think Pit Lord's legit?
I think there's a theory I have, and I'm gonna say that I think there's a chance that IGV take it, and if they don't, then my theory is bunk. But there's another theory that I have regarding... Actually, it's not really a theory. It's something that we realized about Nature's Prophet versus certain types of heroes that does badly against. But I thought it only applied to a certain section of things. Sorry I'm being so cryptic. I just don't know if it's my information to give.
Okay, that's cool. Well, we just move straight on.
Yeah.
I can tell you, though, that Nature's Prophet has not been played by Team Secret at this TI yet. They have actually played a lot of different things on their offlane, but
you got notes?
Not one. I got notes.
Let's see. Let me judge your handwriting.
My handwriting is terrible.
It's better than Alex's. Your handwriting's fine.
Really?
It's not the best, but it's like I can tell that you just wrote down things fast.
Yep.
Everything is readable.
As long as it's legible, that's all that needs to happen, right?
No, that was great.
Yeah, but yeah, Kezu hasn't played it yet. He has been sitting a little bit more with the melee offlaners than anything else. I think they also started progressing themselves towards the more standard offlaners we've seen in the tournament so far, which is Batrider and Shaker.
Batrider's been losing a lot, though. Everywhere. So is Shaker.
Yeah. But Shaker's also been in both support as well as 3 position, and
that's true.
Played by every team.
That's true. That's when you have such a large sample size like that, and it's even if he's even close to 50% win rate. Thumbs up.
Then it's still pretty good.
Yeah, because bad teams are picking him too.
Yep. Hey, the hero I thought was actually going to have one of the best win rates was that 5th pickup sweet spot. I was like tossing it between both Broodmother as well as Bloodseeker. But Bloodseeker has not been having a good time.
He just got wrecked in this current game that we just watched.
Yes, he did.
Batrider though, when he wins, feels it feels strong.
Oh, what do we got to forfeit? So Dro Ranger.
That is a Dro Nature's Prophet. That is something that that's a Planet Odd.
Team Secret could end up actually fully Cloud9ing this. It's not exactly the same draft, but Cloud9 actually just took a game of VP. They ran a Dro and Medusa combination.
There's like a Dro with Pipe or something, right? I heard some wild stuff on Reddit.
Dro with Pipe, I remember, happened during the CIS qualifiers for TI, but I wasn't looking close enough to see if there was a Pipe on that.
Whenever you've got to like adjust to weird ass builds, like that's when you know the game is. It's become weird.
Too much magical damage.
Yeah.
Just try and keep the Dro alive. Someone was doing that. I'm fairly certain it was one of the teams in the CIS qualifier. I think it was like Empire or somebody who just kept doing that. They're like, we keep losing our Dro. What are we gonna do? I'm just gonna build just like a hood. That's enough.
By the way, who are you? So I know you're not supposed to have bias, but let's just get it out of the way, Tobes.
I'm biased for Australia.
You're biased for Australia.
Yeah, so OG and Newbee.
So OG and Newbee. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
KP's a really good dude.
Yeah.
I don't know much about Anna, but
I'm also very biased towards individual players, not teams. Like, I love the fact that I get to cast Yapsaw. I really, really enjoy casting Yapsaw. I'm actually really sad that he hasn't played a bloody Ruby.
Do you remember when we played
entire tournament?
Remember when we played CS:GO on Cobblestone?
Yeah.
With Yapster, you guys were the stupidest people.
We were fantastic.
You guys are you guys are game ruiners.
We were fantastic. We tilted Blitz so hard in that game.
You guys are game ruiners.
We were just like, hey, you want to rush me? You want to rush the left flank? It's like, yeah, let's rush the left flank. You want to rush drop? Let's rush drop.
that's how he is as a Dota player. He's so susceptible to do whatever.
We sat there for 45 seconds trying to boost up drop, and we both couldn't do it. It was terrific.
You guys are so...
I play to have fun, not to win.
I will say, by the way, on the topic of Dota, Nyx has been insane.
Yeah.
Because he counters so many things.
But why is he getting through the first phase? Like, we're seeing...
I don't know.
Like, Lich is getting banned more than I'm seeing the Nyx Assassin getting banned.
Nyx is pretty crazy here.
Sind and I were tossing it up as well. We're just like, what the hell
Did
is
it bother
going
you?
on?
Because it doesn't feel like Nyx is... Alright, Nyx is good against everything right now.
Yeah.
He beats Puck. He beats Batrider. He's good against Earthshaker. Like, he's good against all the intimids.
Yep.
It's like...
Nope. We saw him just run in like you want to run a Quap in the mid and you just come in, you mana burner 3 times and then it's what?
Oh, that's an offlane Night Stalker, by the way.
You're right, that is a 3 position NS.
So
Terrorblade 1 and then we're just missing the mid hero for IGV.
Maybe...
We're actually missing the mid hero from both sides.
Take a Vipe.
Oh, Viper? He has been banned out a hell of a lot in the second phase and I think his success rate is actually quite high as well when he gets through.
Vipe it up?
You could Vipe it up, but do you also want to have a little bit more control scaling? Invoker's still available in the pool as well.
Nah, Vipe it up.
Are you talking for IGV or for Secret?
For IGV. Just... Vipe Nation.
I would still be a little concerned that, like, unless Earthspirit and Shadow Shaman get really good starts, their kill potential from cores is low. And it's a Brewmaster. They're gonna OG this. We had Notal was playing the Brewmaster previously, and they put Anna into the safe lane, and they ran a mid Brewmaster.
I actually thought before this pick that Secret was gonna take Zeus.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, after this pickup, what are you thinking now? Up against the Brewmaster, you can go one-on-one?
Vipe it up.
You Vipe it up. It's gonna be a Medusa. They're drawing a Medusa ring.
They're Dro Medusing.
Oh.
Do you know what Dro's win rate is so far in this tournament, by the way?
I do not. And unfortunately, I can't tab to look, but...
Okay, I will tab.
Have a peek, man. I would like to know. It's actually... so it's mid one who's playing the Dro MP will be the Medusa, Kezu, Prophet. So everything is pretty much as we were expecting.
Let's check eSports.
Actually, with mid one playing, would mid one switch to the safe lane, or they'd actually be happy leaving the draw in the mid?
I guess
because I know some teams have been playing switcheroos with their 1 and 2s, so it's more just the comfort heroes. But this is.
I feel like you still put draw mid, but I'm not sure.
Well, if you're up against the Brewmaster, you're probably not going to feel that bad, apart from like Drunken Haze will cause you a lot of problems. But then you just bring in Poppy or Yapsaw, and Yapsaw just mana burns twice or 3 times, and Brewmaster won't do jack. Like, there's no aggression at all from that.
Alright, Draw Ranger, how are you doing? Because whenever I cast her, she seems to be losing.
Yeah. Well, she just got a victory.
She has a 25% win rate.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah.
It's that bad?
It's not great. Maybe it got bumped up slightly by...
How many games from TI so far?
Only 8, but...
So 8 games.
Her KDA is 1.58. That is... Toby, that's abysmal.
Yeah,
Toby, I've got to scroll really far down to find...
Speaking as a Dro fanatic, I am really ashamed she has been degraded in such a way.
You put the word Dro and Fnatic together, 2 things that aren't winning here.
Oh, I think I got Shiva. Do I have Shiva set? I got Shiva's mouse sensitivity. Alright, there we go. Now we're good. Wonderful. Oh, Yapsaw's already out and scouting.
That's a Dro mid.
It is a Dro mid.
Okay, it's mid one. Of course, we should expect this.
Yapsaw just won the game, apart from the fact he went for Impalance as opposed to Mana Burn, so he can't win the mid. But catches out dogfights while he's still got 2 Observer Wards on him.
That's another thing. I was going to check the stats of Earth Spirit. I really wanted to know...
I know VP have had some really bad runs with Earth Spirit, and they played Lil
Earth Spirit
a lot, so his win rate's going to be abysmal too.
25% over 12 games. Rough.
Wow.
And he just lost the game too. So it just got worse, Tobes.
Yeah. However, at least the outfits are very good. I'm liking that Death Shadow cape.
You're crazy, man. You know who's owning, though?
Who's owning?
Dazzle.
Dazzle?
Dazzle's not losing.
What's our sample size?
6-0?
6-0? Alright, well, OG, I know we're running him earlier today. You cast a game earlier of him
See
today.
my boy Dazzle, don't at me.
Does Poppy actually... I think Poppy has just found a way to blend with the rock and Roshan. He just put half of his body inside the rock. And a get a contest, I've seen this, like, okay, maybe this is another like hidden stat to try and check out, but I can say for a certainty that 75% of my games have involved Radiant pushing up and taking out that dire rune, but normally they've grabbed all 3. In this case, it didn't happen. In July, I was able to get the offlane one.
I doubt your number of 75%.
75% is accurate. 75% is accurate. Because like Sint and I were talking about it, like it just keeps bloody happening. But I've only cast like 6 series, so it's fine.
So we got a dual lane on dual lane. This is what mid lane has become due to the 5 creep change.
Is it just because there's enough experience to go around now,
yeah,
or you just have to fight to?
That is definitely
fight for it.
It's just so much actually. If you get any sort of advantage in the mid lane, it just snowballs like crazy, right? So if one guy's gonna come to help one guy win the lane, another guy comes to win the lane for them, or even things out. So instead of having like a straight up 1v1, and I'm trying to keep the salt out of my voice, mid is turned into this like weird 2v2 mid only thing.
You actually just hate the fact that you can no longer just be alone and win your lane yourself.
I mean, it's cool.
It's so not by that tone.
You can't judge me.
You're judging yourself on your own comments.
Oh,
Yapsaw, nice rolling boulder. It's only a level 1. Yapsaw, he's so low and actually slowed down by the Orb of Venom. Courier comes in. He won't be able to do anything to stay alive.
The mid dual lane on the dire side beats the Radiant dual lane on the dire side.
Game is done. But as a Draw Ranger in the early stages, you know what, this actually makes it even worse for a Draw Ranger. She's splitting experience. At least in the old days of like our TC06 mid Draw Ranger, like he would at least get all the solo experience.
Yeah. But to be fair, like if all jokes aside, if he doesn't do this, like then the Draw's just gonna get bullied.
Yep.
He's not gonna survive against a Brewmaster plus Earth Spirit. Those are 2 heroes that don't really care. Like Cicada, the more that I think about this brew pick, I was surprised by it, but once you see it, it's quite nice because what does Dro do, right? You can't really right-click him. It's not very efficient. This hero has a poor man shield. At the same time, he's been spamming Drunken Haze. Very low mana cost, 25 mana to make somebody miss 70%.
Actually, he doesn't care. There's no metamorphosis. This isn't gonna become anything. Can Yamsor and Dogfights just have this role in one location? They've moved from fighting around the bottom rune area to fighting around the top rune area, and both times they've done the fighting, there's been no rune to grab.
Yeah, it's some weird Dragon Ball Z thing.
The side fight?
They just like fight upwards, yeah.
Well, let's cross away from like Goku versus Frieza, and we'll watch Trunks going up against, I don't know, a brick wall.
No, dude, it's gonna be like, it's like Krillin.
It's Krillin's battle.
It's like Krillin against a slightly large bear.
Krillin loses.
Krillin always loses. Like the bad guy just has a casual bear, but Krillin's still struggling.
Goku rocks over. It's like, all right, I'm here, and now you're giving me my inspiration. Krillin's like, you're always gonna have to like.
Somebody's gotta die for the cause.
Exactly, just to give Goku the inspiration. Super's gonna die for this cause. The Maledict pop, the last one would do it anyway, but Puppey ensures it with an attack.
Yeah. You think that makes Paparazzi mad? He's just like, I'll get revenge for you, buddy.
Metamorphosis. Super Terra level.
Oh, good times.
Problem is, it's going to take us about 5 minutes to actually get to the fight point. If we're going to use the Dragon Ball Z analogy.
No, this game's gonna be fast. It's gonna be aggressive.
You think?
Yeah. I mean, you've got a Dro strat. I guess you do have a Dusa, one of the slower heroes, but at the same time, like, you have Nature's Prophet, Dro, Dusa. You've got fast heroes.
Yabsor's in trouble. Getting kicked in July. Welcome to first nighttime. And Yabsor, well, he's got Spike Carapace. That's the only thing that will help.
Oh, Roshan!
Oh, no. He's not going to punch him, though. Rolling Boulder going through Roshan.
Ah, that would have been so hype if Roche for some reason just... What was it? Was it when he Boulder smashed?
Yeah.
Oh,
the Rolling Boulder, I think it was, actually.
That would have been hilarious if Roshan just popped up, got the last hit. But at the same time, Yabsor...
Does he still clap when you have 3 heroes around after he's given up aggro?
Like, I don't know. I don't think he's given up aggro. I think he runs back.
Oh, the stun. That's not enough.
Yeah. I mean, laning-wise, it's still going okay for Secret.
Oh, Paparazzi starts his TP. Puppey, the paralyzing cask. Oh, all right, global time. Follow the skull. Follow the skull. I think I've got this right. It's going all the way top. Have I got it? I see the shadow. I'm following the shadow. See the shadow on the ground?
Yeah, I see it.
Got it. Got it. Got it.
Bunk. Oh, he got a... No, he didn't get a creep with it.
I was looking for the CS too.
That would have been so cool.
Value cask.
Calculated.
So they've switched in July now down to the bottom lane. This is going to allow Prophet as well as Witch Doctor just to beat the crap out of this tower. Dro also turned on the Aura. And with Yabsor holding in the trees and Observe What Up, they know in July is alone. Now they realize he's got friends as Dogfights walks underneath the obs. But they've done what they wanted to. Rotator support down. Catapult comes in, so they're beating the crap out of the tower even harder. This catapult shouldn't be able to hit this hard. We saw a combination earlier today from EG. Okay, goodbye Night Stalker. Wow, he's actually going in for this? Dogfight's trying to actually save in July. He can move over and Shrine. Body blocked slightly by Cicada.
Oh,
but Dogfight's already going to go down.
Puppey doesn't have a TP though. Misses the clap.
He needs time. He needs mana. 75 is what he needs. In July into the tree line. He can't take to the sky. Puppey's still in the trees. Keep it juking. Yabsor's nearby. He's got a stun available.
There's no way.
And the stun Puppey's going to survive. He's out.
Kezu, in the meanwhile, does manage to kill Super. He's going to go down for it, but still, that bottom juke. Oh, that kills my soul.
I got him, Monks, man.
Oh, that kills my soul. Puppies. Never count the old man out.
I mean, old. He ain't that old.
Relative.
Dogfights, rolling boulder forward, able to get the kick. Can't get the rolling boulder properly. And the Gust pushing back the Broodlings, who start their attack on to mid one. He's got 10 1 charges, so a lot to fight with. A quick little send up. HellRaisers still now 13 1 charges. And back into the safety of the tower. Oh no! He brought in the Earth Broodling a little bit too close with a Maledict on him. Kick has to create space, but Spine Carapace also stunning up Dogfights. Brew will get back into the safety of his own tier 1 tower, and now mid lane turns into tri-lane on tri-lane, making Blitz even happier.
Oh, it's the best. I love seeing all these heroes.
YapzOr will soak up the experience on bottom. Unless In July wants to kill... Oh, okay. Unless In July does kill him. He takes to the skies and over the hills, and goodbye YapzOr. Thought he could just soak up the creep wave and a half that was there.
That is a pretty significant kill too, because he's going to be able to protect this catapult. Somebody has to move down for this. Most likely going to be Kezu.
It's Medusa.
Okay. Medusa is going to come, try to save her tower. Because there's 2 full creep waves pushing into this. There's absolutely no way that you just give this up for free.
Yep.
But at the same time, you've got to pressure Paparazzi. And YapzOr's just had the roughest game so far.
Yeah.
Makes up 3 out of his team's 4 deaths. At the same time, his team is taking towers around the map. So it's going to alleviate some of that pain.
Just give him 1 lane to get his level 6. That's all he's really hoping for. And then he can synergize with the Nature's Prophet.
He is really far behind though when it comes to XP.
Yeah.
Still level 3 at 8 minutes in the game.
How they look like overall though, there's only 400 the difference between IGV and Secret.
Of
And
course.
Gold is about 1500 the way of Secret.
Yeah.
They
I mean,
are, of course, 2 towers up.
It's largely going to come, like you said, from the towers. And Secret, they're just going to continue the assault. Wherever the ENP goes, they can always rotate heroes down into. This Medusa should back up, just farm the jungle. Paparazzi going to make the rotation out. Sensing the pressure from this top wave.
Super hiding in the trees.
Yeah.
He believes he can get... He doesn't have a TP scroll. He's got smoke, but he actually has to stay here. Dogfights is pushing down the mid lane, but mid one's happy with this. Okay, maybe he's not. He's terrified that someone's here.
Yeah.
That's so far back from the mid lane when an ES just by himself is farming.
I mean, his team is pushing out top, and nobody's showing on the map right now.
Yeah.
And now In July is going to come over. They're going to
bringing in
realize...
YapzOr.
Yeah. This is a level 4 Nyx Assassin. I'm not sure if they can make a kill happen. Maybe if they get the silence off first. But I think he's more here just to protect the dive. But it doesn't look like IGV are very willing to dive anyways. It's Paparazzi just farming it up.
It's that horrible thing, right? If you dive under a tower as an MP, just TP in, turn on Stone Gaze, and you have to run away.
Yep.
And without the damage of the Terror Blade, you're not going to be able to win. Like, the Brewmaster Split, like, just the old day, like, if you go like 3-4 years ago, Brewmaster Split didn't get a kill, it was the worst thing in the world. Like, we saw Brewmaster run in underneath the tower and barely survive.
It was played earlier today, right?
There was one. OG played it.
Did they win?
They did.
That was the game that
had
Newbee accidentally rammed an Alchemist?
That I'm not certain of.
Yeah, that's what I read from Jack anyways.
Yeah, I know I think I was casting at the time, so I just read up on it later.
Ah, I see. They're going to make the rotation in the bottom. This is a good kill. If they can get aggressive on the MP, take the tower, they're going to have this entire bottom area to farm.
The Observer was in July.
Ooh.
It may be enough that MP... In fact, he's already
They need
taken
to
all the
pre-TP
mana
people here.
away from Paparazzi. That TP hasn't come in yet. Stone Gaze will turn on, and Brewmaster starts to split underneath the tower. Witch Doctor paralyzing Cask will hold the Brewlings in position, and Kezu wraps around from the northern side, catching out the ES, who's forced a rolling boulder away. Puppey stunned up. These Brewlings still really problematic, but YapzOr able to get the stun, create space. Dogfights comes in, gets the kick, and finally puts the captain down. But you killed off a Witch Doctor. That's all you got for your Brewmaster ulti, and you lost your Terror Blade, and Brewmaster still forced to fight. He's got a regeneration room, but needs the space to actually use it. Beating into Kezu, but doesn't have enough life. Here comes the Mystic Snake once more. Another stun, hiding in the trees, but Cicada will go down. The catapult again, unable to kill off that tier 1 tower in the bottom lane. 2 cores for 1 support, and Super almost dies to mid 1 on top.
That is such an awkward rotation. They had to force that. They moved the Brewmaster down, but he doesn't quite have Blink Dagger, and they wasted so much time trying to kill Puppey. They spin the Medusa up into the air. They all in on Puppey. He doesn't even quite die until the very end. But at that point, you've all in. You've traded a Brewmaster for not a tower, for a level 5 Witch Doctor who's quite underfarmed. Congratulations. Team Secret's going to be incredibly happy with that. They got so much space out of that. Mid one's level 10. And meanwhile, Paparazzi, he was in this weird position where he was kind of committing for that. You notice at bottom, he's like, do I leave here? I don't have mana, but I'm down here.
The rest of his team thought it was still on.
Yeah, the rest of his team is like, I mean, when you commit that many heroes at that point, you have to make something happen.
YapzOr, he finds Dogfights. The Sentry Ward's a little bit too far away, but YapzOr can get him back behind the tier 2 tower. And who does he want? Like, he kind of wants Paparazzi. But Vendetta will wear off in a second. Rolling Boulder forward. They can see him. Spike Carapace stunning over onto the Earth Spirit. Turns on the Magnetize. And already mid-1 starts his TP out in July.
Oh, he's
he
out.
used his Void so early on. And Puppey is just going to try and do this solo. I believe he kills Super unless Super denies himself.
Super
the
needs to die to
Maledict
something.
pop will actually... He's running away from the golems. He got one last hit on a Wild Wing before he died.
Yeah. Actually, he thought for sure that there's no way that the 9 damage golems are going to kill him. So he was trying to suicide to the 22 damage tiny Wild Wings.
It looked like he had enough, like he was low enough life. The 9 golems may have actually killed him.
He had like 20 health. It would have been really close. I think he probably can't get a deny off anyways.
Well, so you just traded what? It's Yapzor and Puppey for Super.
Oh, definitely worth it. But the bigger prize was that they almost killed mid-1. Oh, they were so close to that. That would have been so huge for IGV, but fortunately mid-1 gets away. Secret still doing a very good job of splitting around the map, especially with this Kazu Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, they're just everywhere. Prophet can keep the split push going. MP's enjoying his time. In fact, he's enjoying it so much. They want to go for Roshan. There's no Metamorphosis for 72 seconds for Paparazzi. Adaya does scan, so they understand the fact that Team Secret are around Roshan. And in fact, Yapzor just goes for a bit of a wander. Under the cover of his own sentry ward, I'm seeing dust on dogfights.
They gotta get here faster, Toby.
The illusion's kicking in. They are on their way. Roshan's only down to 50%, and now Yapzor gets the initial stun over an Earth Spirit. It's nice balls to play. The paralyzing cast does not bounce, but the Brewmaster already comes off. This is a better controlling find here for IGV until MP just starts the Stone Gaze. Team Secret able to back away while IGV sit there stoned. Puppey quickly set up in towards the air. He's going to hit the ground, trying to reach close enough to get to his shrine. It won't happen. Super has the Ether Shock to find the kill, but now again, it's a 1-for-1 trade-off. You've committed big abilities, but haven't stopped Roshan fully. Team Secret can just come back.
Yeah, you've wasted the wards. The Brewmaster split once again committed for the second time for Puppey. And now it's Team Secret's time to weigh whether they go in again. Metamorphosis is about to be up though, and that's a scarier ability. Out of all the ones that they didn't use, Metamorphosis is going to be the big one. That's going to be what allows them to defend this, if they so choose. So Secret, realizing that, Yapzor gonna dodge that kick.
And jumped inside the Vendetta, even though he's dusted, he's far enough away. In July, gonna find Kezu. Starts with a silence, has no friends. In fact, oh, where are the friends of Team Secret? Poppy's on his way, puts the Sprout down. In July, can't reach him, he takes to the sky. Able to get him over the top of the Sprout. Yapzor stunned, didn't come fast enough, and Puppey, and able to get the Paralyzing Cask off. So a good solo kill here for In July.
Yep. That's a really big one too. That's a 5,800 net worth Nature's Prophet. In July needed something like that because right now, objective-wise, they're falling quite behind. This bottom tower usually would be the play, but the lane isn't quite pushed out yet, as Paparazzi's going to accomplish that for his team. At the same time, they do have a Terrorblade, so I think they feel comfortable for most aspects of this game. They might think that the TB is enough. But keep in mind, this is a single core Terrorblade. Like, you don't have these heavy hitting cores, physical damage dealers on the side of IGV. It's entirely this Terrorblade.
I'm actually wondering if Terrorblade will be enough. Like, up against Medusa split shot, like, HellRaisers have normally built into Maelstrom as well, so she's going to have some clearance.
Yeah, especially with the Tesla Dro, with the Ags.
Yep. Oh, that is so good.
It's cool.
Yep.
That was my favorite. Remember when it was really commonplace?
Yep.
Oh, that was my favorite. But now games just kind of end. Yeah. And it looks like Secret, you know, they're saying to themselves, okay guys, we can force the issue. They don't take towers very fast on the side of IGV, aside from this Terrorblade, who can just be stopped by one Nature's Prophet ultimate.
Actually kind of surprised they gave the Aegis Immortal to MP.
Oh, here we go.
Like a large portion of their aura. In fact, MP now TP's out to the bottom lane. Paparazzi's adding too much pressure. Mystic Snake is enough to remove like 1/3 of his HP, and he runs away.
I will say, I feel like they should have just regathered into mid right after that, because if you notice, Paparazzi had blown his Metamorphosis, and that's such an important ability for them.
You a big fan of HellRaisers who bypass finishing Hurricane Pike?
Yeah, I am. I hate that item.
You don't like the full Hurricane?
No, I hate that item. Because it's such a heavy investment into so little. Alright, so let's take a look. Total cost of Hurricane Pike. And we'll hold that down real fast.
Yeah, might have a look a little bit later. Silence is on mid-1, but the kick won't connect. The rolling boulder's too far away. Okay, we can go back into the look.
Alright, so it's 4,600. So nearly 5k. For an item that It's alright, but at the same time, think about it. Like, the annoying function of it is that it's a 4-staff, essentially, right?
Yep.
Like, you're mainly building it because you have the Dragon Lance and you're trying to fill up item slots.
But where do you get your regeneration from, apart from, in this case, a Witch Doctor?
You don't need to. You've got a wand.
True.
You're alright. It's such a heavy commitment. It's like an additional... It's an additional nearly 3,000 gold just to get a 4-staff added to yourself. And if you need the 4-staff component, then I remember when Envy was our coach in Kiev, he would just say, if you need the 4-staff component of it, instead of building the Dragon Lance and a Hurricane Pike, just build the 4-staff.
Fair enough.
Yeah, and Paparazzi, remember we talked about it. This Metamorphosis. This is why I wanted them to regroup mid faster. This is why, because without Metamorphosis, it's really hard for them to defend. It's not the wards or anything that scares you, it's the Terrorblade meta.
Oh, jump in from behind, a blink clap right on top of the Nature's Prophet. The kick, it connected on Witch Doctor as well as Yamsor. They're silenced for the moment. Puppey can't really do a lot to stop this. Finally now the Paralyzing Cask will fly out, and the Maledict on the Spirit. He'll have to back himself away, but Puppey will die to the Magnetize, not to mention all the Brewlings that are around him. He just cannot regenerate fast enough. And mid one, trapped in by Paparazzi. He TP'd out to the shrine, so they can be right on top of him. Yapsor,
oh, the double
space
stun.
creation!
Where's the Sunder?
Where is it? The Wrath of Nature will kill him off! Sunder can't kick in, he wasn't ready for the burst damage, and now with the Sprout from Kezu, and the Bloody Block from the trees, in July can't run away. He actually has the Hunter in the night, but he's not going up. They'll lose everybody from IGV. Team Secret win the fight
Kezu
for one buyback!
Is so good at Dota. I can't even begin to... It's such a basic play, but the Terrorblade thinks to himself, I'm gonna churn the shit out of this fight. Like, everyone's gonna die here. The sun, like, mid-animation, Kezu gets that ultimate off. You see the buyback coming, you know it's coming, but at the same time, he's just desperate for it. He has no other recourse. If he gets that Sunder off onto that Drow Ranger, they pop him, then maybe they can kite MP. Because the Nature's Prophet TPing in does nothing. You see how quickly he dies in every fight.
Yep.
But you need to kill that Drow Ranger. They just barely stop him from being able to get that Sunder off. That is... You're going to get a win out of that. That is a game-winning play. That's a full set of racks mid. You got an entire team wipe off of one value buyback. You might even get this bottom tower for it too.
They're going again, but they just smoked on top of the Observer Ward that was planted inside the base. So IGV...
They know there's no split though.
Yeah,
but it is coming up soon.
Have they got an Observer Ward for the cliffside? They don't. Instead, they have Kezu. They have Yapsor, Sentry, and Dust committed. Dust does clip the Nyx Assassin.
They can't get out. This is an awkward
They hold the
position.
shrine, rolling boulder in! Dogfight just wants to go for it. He gets the double kick onto Kezu as well as onto MP. And maybe with the Brewmaster split, the TP is already gone. MP wants out of this one. He has the Aegis the Immortal. He can fight a second time if he wants to. Getting just far enough away from the Mass Serpent. They won't bring in the damage. Yapsor stun. Brewlings as well as in July.
Oh, look at that
out from Puppey. The Sprout holds him there. The Brewling will send Puppey in towards the air. But in July, affected by Maledict, he'll die from the last tick. Nothing can save him from this. He'll go down. You can welcome Sakatara into the end of life as well. Mass Serpent also running underneath. The mid one wants kills. He moves under the cover of his Shadow Blade, but they can just push the bottom lane instead.
Oh, that was so well done by Secret. You notice they can't really get out at that point because Medusa is such an immobile hero that they're going to turn and fight. They know it. They're going to bait this MP hero up at front. Kezu gets that TP out at the last second. In July, for half a second, saw him. Could have voided. Doesn't get it off in time. Instead, Kezu, they take so long to kill Puppey every single engagement. It takes them so long. With this Solar Crest, he just runs in a circle. They're all chasing after him. They have to blow the majority of their cooldowns just to get him down. This is going to be a second lane of racks. 2 lanes of racks down at 21 minutes. This game has gone absolutely bonkers. IG Vitality, I mean, just look at the cliff. XP earned was slightly in their favor. Just 3 minutes ago even. Net worth, it was looking okay.
Yeah, it wasn't
2,000-3,000 gold,
terrible.
no problem.
It was manageable.
And the majority of that comes on the heels of towers.
Yeah.
And you can get those back later. You've got a Terrorblade, but losing back-to-back fights like that, getting double raxed, Secret, all they need is a tiny little shove. I think it's going to come in the form of the second Aegis.
Yeah. So we just watched the countdown time for that, and he could be up at about 1 minute and 40 seconds.
Yeah, exactly.
And already Medusa is becoming invulnerable. She just picked up a Talisman of Evasion. The Butterfly is 3,300 away from completing for MP. So then they got no direct attack, and Terrorblade is not building it. Like, right now he's still trying to finish his range upgrade. He's still trying to get the Dragonlance after finishing up Manta style.
Because he needs cheap health right now, more than anything.
Yep.
Hurricane Pike is finished by the drone. I'm okay with it being the
after Shadow Blade.
Because if you just go straight up for it, you don't deal damage. You're just a draw with the Force Staff.
It seems to work out a lot nicer to also escape from the Brilliance, get yourself some distance away from the attackers.
But that's why you have Shadow Blade.
Yeah. But right now he's using Shadow Blade to initiate, get in on the front lines, and then get that silence off. Because he's the starting silencer.
Yeah. They don't really have the best way to jump fights if you look at their team.
Yeah.
They don't even have a Blink Nyx. They sort of just wait for IG Vitality to get a little bit too over-aggressive.
That's what I was wondering, like the laning phase could have been a lot better for IGV, and if it was, Team Secret wouldn't be able to do what they're doing now.
No, I completely agree. I mean, they kind of ran down this draw once or twice, but for the most part, she never died, right? She got low. She just kind of ran away. Everyone's like, all right.
She's 108, so yep.
You don't have to have the flashiest games on draw to win. You just need to be alive. Give your team the aura, push in waves with your team when they're ready to go. But Secret, they're going to push in this top area, stick together as 5. We thought they'd wait for the next Roshan, or at least I did, which is coming up relatively soon.
They made us do the range harass, and this is a freebie. In July, I don't know if he just missed micro, but he was sitting outside the base.
Oh, he gets
the Sunder from Paparazzi, but then the Paralyzing Cask bounces up to him. In July, it's going to go down. Even with the Shrine, maybe the regeneration will be enough.
They're
and they
just
trigger a
popping all of them.
secondary Shrine. Keep In July alive is now the mission.
That is 2 shrines. That's very important for the space defense.
And they're the close ones for the top lane.
There's no Sunder up either. They know that for 60 seconds.
Look
and
how
that is a
fast he gets
significant
back.
cooldown.
He actually TP'd out to the edge of the battle, so
Oh,
they
here
could
we
try
go.
and fight
YapzOr
this
spots
one.
all of this.
Oh, the sentry's down, but it's too late. YapzOr make it hexed up by the Paralyzing Cask is locking down Super, and in July, they just can't fight. The Bruise Splitter's out, but once again, they're trying to kill off Puppey, and they can't do it. You can buy back, and maybe you'll have a
they're all
second
inning
chance.
for him.
The Gust is out. Night Stalker can't cast anything.
They're all
Stopped
hitting
by
him.
YapzOr. They're just throwing bodies at the wall, but all they're doing is painting it with blood. Dogfights is down. Terrorblade
still
comes through
going
front,
for him.
and finally, Puppey, yes! Victory achieved! The game is done! GG! IGV obviously win now, as GG is called out. All they wanted was Puppey. Oh, he's a desirable man. IGV got what they wanted.
You know those
They lost
games?
the game.
You know those games where you're a support player and they ravage black hole, like they use everything, and you just type a question mark after they lose the fight for that?
Yep.
That is what Puppey should have done, because this sheer amount of spells that they dropped on him every single. It started with that bottom juke. That tilted them.
Yep.
They're like, we'll never let you live again.
This will not stand. You have insulted IGV's brand for the last time. Or
Like, fool me once, shame on you, Puppey.
He fooled him about 10 times in that game just by living on Paralyze.